Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. So, just to tell you a little bit about me, December the 4th, 2014, I was sitting at my desk, um, just doing my regular routine work. I worked for a pharmaceutical company, and I got a phone call. It was from my doctor's office. I had had a mammogram and I was waiting for my results. And so during that morning, it was actually in the afternoon, I believe, around 3 o'clock to be exact. The phone rang and the doctor's office called to ask me to come in. She had the results. So my heart was pounding at the time, and I knew just going in, I didn't have a really good feeling about it. So anyway, I get to the doctor's office, see her, and we start to talk, and she tells me what's going on, and the words that you never want to hear is what came out of her mouth. She said, "Linda, you have breast cancer." I immediately froze um, because I was just, even though you know that is what you might be thinking, you're still not ready to hear those words that people say. And so I went home. I don't even remember if I called the office to tell them I wasn't coming back or not. Um, I do remember telling my staff that I was leaving for a doctor's appointment, but I don't remember telling them anything else. My mind just went totally blank. But on my way home, I called my oldest sister, who had also been diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years earlier. Praise God, she is cancer free. Um, and so we got home, and asked her to call my husband because he gets a little frantic. But to fast forward, we all prayed about my diagnosis, and I knew right then I needed to make a decision to do something differently. And so I opted for the most extreme because I didn't want to have a doctor, anyone else call me ever again with those words. I didn't want to have to go through that fear and that pain of wondering, am I going to live or am I going to die? And so I opted to have a double mastectomy, and I wanted reconstruction surgery. And so that's what I did. February the 12th, 2015, I had the surgery, 11 hours. I don't remember a whole lot from that because when you're under 11 hours of surgery, you just don't remember. But I do know after recovery, I remember calling my VP and having a conversation with her and saying to her, life has changed for me. And at the same time, the company was going through an organizational restructure. So I knew then that was a message from God. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. The company's going through a restructure. I knew that was a message from above that I needed to obey. And so when I had that conversation with my VP, I said, I will not be returning to work, and I'm going to do early retirement. It was a hard decision for me to make, but it was the best decision that I have ever made. And I tell everyone, hi, I'm Linda Jordan. I was blessed with breast cancer. And so my life has been forever changed. I don't look back. I am very thankful and grateful that having breast cancer made me make that change. It allowed me to look at life very differently than what it was before. You see, I'd worked at that company for almost 28 years. I was going for that 30-year mark because, that's what we're all brought up to do. We're taught to get a job, go to college, work for 30 years, retire, and life will be great. But the Lord had a different plan for me. And that plan was for me to do something differently in life. That plan was to help other people in a way that I never thought that I could actually do. And so I heeded and I followed his direction. So yes, through that retirement, I opted to start my own business. Now keep in mind, It's not an easy road. But I knew that through prayer and a couple of simple steps that I did through my own research, learning, training, investing in my own knowledge, that those three simple steps could take me to be a millionaire. Just three simple things that we probably already know every day, or we probably do. We just don't realize the impact that it makes. And we don't realize sometimes how good we are at what we do. Now, the other piece that really just drove me or put the fire in me was during my recovery. My mother passed away. And so my mom had always told me that stop working so hard at that corporate job. She said, because, at the end of the day, when that job is over for you, that company will continue to move on. And then what are you going to do? So when my mom passed away, it just, a piece of me went with her. But I still have her memories. And it's those memories that helped me create that three simple steps to have that millionaire mindset. And so I want to share that with you today because I want you to have that millionaire mindset, to have the ability to enjoy life, to have the ability to have that mindset that changes everything for you. You get to do things on your schedule, on your time. Have more time for family. Have more time for pleasure. Going on that great vacation or whatever it is you want to do. Saving for your kids' college. Or paying off a bill so that you're debt-free. Or buying that new car that you have always wanted. Whatever it is. Stay with me through this journey of these three simple steps for that millionaire mindset. So the first step that I took that helped me was I had to look at, how is my life right now? How are things going for me? Am I where I want to be? So how is my life right now? So I had to look at that long and hard. I had worked so many years in corporate. That's all I knew was corporate work. Wait for that paycheck or wait for that bonus check, and then I pay a bill or we're going to go on vacation. I had that mindset of just a 9 to 5, even though I wanted more in life. And some of you are probably in that same situation. You want more in life, but you're not sure where to go. So I wanted more. But so I had to figure out, how is my life right now? But one of the things I struggled with, I had a limiting belief. And that limiting belief was that fear of failure. I was going to be doing something differently, something new by starting my own business. I know what the heck I was going to be doing. I had no idea of what to do, how to start things, how to get things going. Who do I ask to get things set up with? And most importantly, I always thought you got to have a ton of money to do it. But to set up your business, you don't need a lot of money for that. You do need an attorney, but you don't need a lot of money. So I had to change my mindset around fear of failure because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. I come from a large family. There's 4 girls and 4 boys. And so, we're raised on a farm. And so our parents taught us to be the best that you can be. If you're going to be a broom sweeper, be the best broom sweeper there is. And so I didn't want to start a business and not be successful and then have to share that with my friends and family that, hey, I started this, it didn't work. So I had to change my mindset around that fear of failure so that I could be successful. And then I had to look at my second fear. And that was, am I good enough? There's so many people that are millionaires. There's so many people doing different things. But was I, Linda Jordan, good enough for that? Did I have what it took to be successful, start a business? I had no clue, had no idea. So I had to get over that fear of failure Fear for, knowing that I may not be good enough, but if I don't try, I'll never know. And that was okay. It's okay for you because sometimes we feel that way. So the second step I needed to take to change my mindset from job, corporate, to being my own boss was I needed to look at how I wanted my life to be moving forward. You have to visualize that. You have to claim it. I had to do a lot of prayer. I had to ask God to help me, put me in the right direction. I knew what I wanted my life to be. And that was to be able to get up in the morning, have coffee with my husband or tea, whatever your beverage is. But that was mine was tea, he's coffee. I wanted to be able to get up in the morning and do that and not have to go through that hustle and bustle of getting in the car, getting on the highway, driving to work, rushing half the time because there's traffic stuck in traffic, getting to the office and running to a meeting. And I had staff and managing all of that. I wanted something different. I wanted to get up in the morning and relax, watch the news if I wanted to. And I wanted to do that because I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and definitely overweight. I was so focused on corporate America, I didn't have enough time to do what I needed to do for myself. I was taking care of all my employees, I was taking care of my family, but I didn't have time to take care of myself. I didn't have time to take care of myself. And that could be you. You don't have enough time to take care of yourself. You're trying to get everything done, pay all your bills, but you don't have time to take care of yourself. So I had to do some self-care, some self-reflection so that it could help me in creating the life that I wanted to have. So you got to think about that. What does life look like for you moving forward? What do you want your life to be? So I had to do that. Write it down. Stick it on the refrigerator. These are my goals and objectives. This is what I want my life to look like. And put time frames with it. Oftentimes we set goals and objectives, but we don't put time frames with it. So I put time frames on my goals and objectives and I placed it on the refrigerator. So I had to, because otherwise it probably wasn't going to happen. So you've got to do that for yourself. You've got to do that for yourself. And so then the second fear just came around while I'm working on, I know what my life is going to be. That next fear came. And my third fear was fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. How many of you have this fear of rejection? We've got the fear of failure. We've got the fear that we're not good enough. Then along comes fear of rejection. And it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, what if no one wants to work with me? Where am I going to get people from when I start this business? And if I don't have people, you can't make sales. If you can't make sales, then you don't really have a business. It's a hobby. So I had to figure out this fear of rejection. And I had to change my mindset to learn and understand that rejection was just the next step to success. I had to get myself in the habit of being rejected because I knew people were going to look at me like, okay, she wants to start a business. And yes, my business to that millionaire mindset was through real estate. So I had to get used to people telling me no, they weren't going to give me money. No, they weren't going to do this. No, they weren't going to help me with that. I had to get over that fear of rejection and turn that into an opportunity, because that fear of rejection is just a challenge. And that challenge is just an opportunity for success. But you got to have that millionaire mindset in order for that to happen. And then my third step to that millionaire mindset. And if you're taking notes, please write this down. What am I willing to give up? What am I willing to give up? Now that's a tough one because you're probably thinking, well, what am I going to try to give up? I'm trying to be a millionaire. What do I have to give up? For me, the hardest thing for me to give up was number one was my pride. Because, I didn't think I was good enough to do anything differently but work for corporate America. I didn't think I was good enough or deserving. That's the key word. I didn't think I was deserving of success in life. So I had to get over myself, get over my pride. Sometimes we are in that situation. We've got so much pride, it just kills us. We've got to get over that. So I had to give up that. And I also had to give up people that were not a part of my winning team. People were not on Team Linda for success. I had to give those up because I didn't want any naysayers around me saying that I couldn't do this. I didn't want any people around me saying, well, if you try that, it may not work. No, I don't want any negative vibes around me. So I had to get rid of any naysayers because when you hear those negative thoughts in your mind, that's what stays in your mind. So those 3 simple steps, taking notes, please write this down. The first one, I'll read it off to you again. How is my life right now? The second, how do you want your life to be moving forward? And third, what are you willing to give up for that millionaire mindset so that you can have financial freedom? Get rid of those limiting beliefs. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and am I good enough? Get rid of that because it doesn't work in a millionaire mindset. And finally, there's that growth opportunities that we sometimes forget about. And sometimes it can hinder us. But there's 4 areas of growth that we need to focus on. That's that comfort zone growth. Get it out of your system. Become uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Then there's the growth zone, having more confidence and more sense of empowerment. Get into the growth zone mode because it's critical. Get out of that fear zone mode that, things may not work out, but it's okay to have fear because failure is success. And third, that learning zone. Invest in yourself. Knowledge is power. Once you learn something, nobody can take it away from you. So be a doer. Or are you a creator? Are you a doer or are you a creator? Now I know some of you that are listening are probably saying, well, okay, those 3 simple steps, that work for you is not going to work for me. Well, it will, because as I said, it's all our mindset. You have to want this like you want air to breathe. To have that millionaire mindset, you have to want this like you want air to breathe. And yes, you can do this through real estate investing. I own 30 plus doors. I started out with 0. I own 30 plus doors. I've had the opportunity to work with individuals who are willing to partner with me. So for those that are listening, and this may not be the right, opportunity for you, and you're saying, oh no, this doesn't work for me. But if it does sound like it's something that would work for you, then let's have a conversation. You see, real estate investing has just blossomed throughout the year. And so that's how I was able to have success and still able to have success. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a wife and a mother. I'm also a breast cancer survivor. I manage 6 businesses: real estate, coaching, training, leadership. So I know it's possible. I know it's doable. And I did all of this with no money. Now, the thing I did have was good credit. So if you got good credit, no money, it can still work. And you can get into real estate by using no money of your own, but using other people's money. So I invite you to have a conversation with me. So let's really talk about maybe some of those limiting beliefs that you have, that you're not good enough to be successful. You have fear of success, where you're not sure if this is right for you. So let's have that conversation. Go to talkwithcoachlinda.com. And when you set up that time with me, you'll get a free Boss Up Challenge and take charge of your life script. So let's have a conversation, because you don't want to wait until you are like me, that have breast cancer, or your mother, or someone in your family to die, for you to realize that you need a kick in the butt. I don't want that to happen to you. So let's have a conversation, and together, let's build that millionaire mindset. Thank you.